Good morning, students. Now let's talk about some of the example of electrochemical cell, that is batteries. Whenever we are talking about any cell and the battery, it is a kind of electricity that is produced by the chemical reaction and which is taken as the example of electrochemical cell. Here the battery is used to represent the arrangement of two or more galvanic cell connected in series, and here indirect redox reaction takes place. Whatever the redox reaction takes place here, it involves few of the arrangement, and these arrangements should be: first, it should be light and compact; second, it should not very appreciable during its use; third, it should provide power for a longer period; and fourth, it should be rechargeable. These are the following arrangement that is on the basis of this only the redox reaction takes place. Here the galvanic cells are classified into two categories, that is primary battery or secondary battery. First we will talk about the primary cell or primary battery. Here this type of battery, it has very short time, because after the usage of this one, after some time, whatever the chemical present inside this one, they all are involved in the formation of electricity or the production of electricity, and after some time the chemical reaction stops and the production of electricity will also be stopped and thus stop working, and this type of battery is not rechargeable. That's why we cannot use this battery once again. Here the example of primary batteries are dry cell. It is also called to be as Leclanche cell. Sometimes the question may be asked by the name, that is what do you mean by Leclanche cell? Give the arrangement or setup of this type of battery. So here also we have the setup of this one, in which anode consists of zinc container. Look at this one, anode consists of zinc container, this, and the uh, cathode is graphite. Cathode is made up of graphite. This one acts as cathode, and the space that is present between these two, it is filled with ammonium chloride and zinc chloride, and here only the reaction takes place. This one acts as anode, this one acts as cathode, and this is the space which is present between that, where ammonium chloride and zinc chloride is filled. Now we have cathode and anode. At cathode, manganese dioxide react with ammonia, and here this one is going to gain electron, and then formation of manganese oxide plus hydroxide plus ammonia. Here we can see the oxidation difference in the oxidation number. Here the oxidation number of manganese is +4, here it is +3. It means gain of electron takes place. The gain of electron takes place at cathode only. Anode, here what does happen? Zinc is going to lose 2 electron, this one, okay, and here zinc 2 plus 2 ammonia gives out this ZnNH3 whole twice. This is the reaction, redox reaction, which takes place inside the dry cell. As we know that this dry cell has very short time and it cannot be rechargeable, that you have to know, and this work that is going to take place at anode and cathode, that you have to see. Now second example of this one is mercury cell. Mercury cell, it is also an example of primary battery. It is a button type of cell which is mostly used in the watches or hearing aid. A very small type of battery. Earlier people used this type of battery in watches. Mercury cell, now the setup of this one. In mercury cell, the anode is zinc mercury amalgam and the cathode is paste of mercury oxide and carbon. Electrolyte is a moist paste of potassium hydroxide and zinc oxide. This is the arrangement C. Now we will have the reaction which involve anode zinc amalgam plus hydroxide, which will give rise to ZnO plus H2O by the loss of 2 electron. Here at cathode, mercury oxide plus water, by the gain of 2 electron, it will give rise to mercury plus 2 hydroxide ion. This is the reaction which takes place in mercury cell. Because of this reaction only, here what happened, the cell is working. and after the passage of time the chemical reaction stops and the cell is unable to work. Second is secondary battery. Secondary battery, it is a type of battery which can be rechargeable and it has a long time to work. Here the example of secondary battery is lead storage battery and nickel cadmium storage cell. Lead storage battery, here also we have the setup of this one. It is the most frequently used battery in automobiles. Mostly we are using this one in our vehicles. It consists of 6 voltaic cell connected in series. In each cell, anode is made up of spongy lead and cathode is grid of lead packed with lead oxide. The electrolyte is the aqueous solution of H2SO4 which is 38% by mass. And here the reaction which involved, C, lead plus sulfate gives out lead sulfate by the loss of 2 electron, where the E0 shell is 0.36. Second, lead oxide plus sulfate ion plus hydrogen, it will give rise to lead sulfate plus water molecule. This is the net reaction which involved in the secondary battery. After the passage of time, as the chemical reaction stops, all get converted into this form. Again we are recharging this one by giving the electricity from the outside source. Then this reaction will reverse. You see, this is the reverse reaction of this one. During recharging operation, the cell behaves as electrolytic cell, because here we are giving the electricity from outside to perform the chemical reaction. First it acts as, here the chemical reaction takes place by their own, that's why it is spontaneous and it behaves as electrochemical cell. But as the cells stop working, then there is need to recharge the cell. Some of the cells are rechargeable, na? So here whenever recharging the cell, we have to connect this one to the electric current. That's why it behaves as electrolytic cell, and here we are passing electric current. Then the reaction will reverse and again the formation of this one takes place. This is okay, so this is the final reaction. At that time also it works, and then again it start working and it start behaving as an electrochemical cell. So this is a first example of secondary battery. Second example of secondary battery is nickel cadmium storage cell. It is another rechargeable cell which is example of secondary cell. It consists of cadmium anode and cathode made up of metal grid containing nickel 4 oxide. Here these are immersed in KOH solution, means KOH act as electrolyte. This is the reaction which involves anode cadmium plus hydroxide ion gives out cadmium hydroxide by the loss of 2 electron. Cathode nickel oxide, nickel dioxide plus water, which will give rise to nickel hydroxide plus 2 hydroxide ion. This is the net chemical reaction which takes place in the nickel cadmium storage cell. Again after the reaction takes place and the battery stop working, here by connecting this one to the electricity, this reaction reverse back and we will get this reaction once again as a product, and again this battery start working. This cell is also called Niccard cell and has the voltage of minus 1.4 volt. Okay, this is the most preferable cell, secondary cell, which is used because no gas is used as a byproduct, no gas is liberated as a byproduct, so that's why it is also eco-friendly. So mostly we are using this type of batteries. Now these all are about the example of electrochemical cell, that is primary battery and secondary battery. After that we have fuel cell and the last topic, that is corrosion. So with that we have finished today's session. In the next class, that will be the last class, then we will complete this chapter. Thank you.